Hey everyone, it's Dr. Charlotte Hodges. I just want to chat with you guys today a little bit about how to tackle those hidden calories, and particularly in the things that we drink. So often I'll get questions from patients about whether they're doing surgical weight loss or medical weight loss. How effective are these programs or the particular procedures? And actually, what is my risk of some weight regain? And what I always like to emphasize to my patients is that there's no magic bullet. There is no secret pill. I wish that there was. If there was, then everybody would be taking it, myself included. And you just need to look at your program for medical weight loss and your surgery as just another tool in your tool belt for good long-term success. So what are some things to look out for in terms of your diet? Because diet is key whenever you're trying to lose weight and even to maintain your weight, of course. So one of the things that I found that will get people to fail is when they drink their calories. And I will tell you, the quality of the liquids that you're taking in too will certainly have an impact not only on how much energy you have to burn that day, but also just on your overall feelings of well-being for the day as well. Today in point is an example. In my 20s and 30s, I always loved a really good cocktail. Well, I still love a good cocktail, but it's now very few and far between that I will indulge. I had one of my sweet little cousins come over. She just got engaged, and so we had lunch with her and her fiance. And it was a lovely time, and I decided to have a glass of rosé. I can probably count on my hands the number of times this year that I've had a glass of rosé. Now, this is not to say that I'm a great big prude. I just don't drink that much anymore. And I will tell you, whenever I've had a trainer in the past, the very first thing that they will tell me is that whenever I'm working on my diet, is the first thing you have to do is you got to lose the alcohol. And I want you guys to know that alcohol is not the enemy. It's not a bad, terrible thing. However, if you want to lose some weight and you want to be active with it and you're in an active program, I really encourage you to keep the bottles on the shelf, keep the cork in the bottle, leave it for whenever you've reached your goal. Today, I can tell as I'm going for my walk, there are two things. Number one, typically I will go for a walk in the morning, and I'm able to check that off my list. So I'm actually going for an evening walk. And I've kind of learned from my body that I just don't have as much energy at the end of the day. So number one, I think that that's affecting my energy levels as I walk. But then number two, I know because I had a couple of glasses. Well, I had 1.5 glasses of rosé today at lunch. I can really tell that it's affecting my energy level. I am so surprised. I mean, that was hours ago. I mean, it's like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. My husband is watching the Cowboys game right now, and I'm still feeling just a little sluggish. So whenever you guys are trying to look at different drinking options, I want you to reach for something with no calories. Don't drink your calories. Save your calories for something that you can chew. There are a lot of different options that are available to you that are not just water. I sometimes will have patients tell me that when they just drink water, it feels like it kind of clumps up and it's a little bit more difficult to get down. And actually just the way that the molecular structure of water is, when it's just H2O and it's coming down, the molecules, they're a little sticky to each other, so it almost will feel like a great big bolus coming down. Whereas if you just, even if you have like some lemon or lime or something like that in your glass of water, it might kind of go down a little bit more smoothly. So if you're finding that when you just drink water and you're a bariatric patient, especially early on after surgery, you may want to add a little bit of flavoring to your water to make that liquid go down a little bit easier. The other thing that I would caution you guys about is the different artificial sweeteners that are out there. I mean, certainly having good traditional Texas sweet tea is not going to be on your list of things that you can have. But I would also caution you against some of the different artificial sweeteners that are out there. I had done a really good job of not drinking any Diet Cokes for quite some time, and now unfortunately I've gotten back into the habit of having them. And I've certainly found that because of the artificial sweetener that's in the Diet Coke, after I have one, I have so many more carbohydrate cravings and sugar cravings. And I'm actually even taking a weight loss medicine, Contrave, that helps with cravings. And I mean, let me tell you, if I don't take my medicine, I can tell a difference. And that's the power of Diet Coke. It can overcome medication. So that just kind of goes to show that some of these artificial sweeteners that are out there, while yes, they're not adding a calorie to your liquids that you're taking in, unfortunately, they could prompt your brain to increase cravings for carbohydrates that you may not have chosen to eat otherwise. Some good other options for you to try for sweeteners that are either no calorie or low calorie would be maybe stevia or monk fruit extract. Actually, I think Bariatric Advantage just came out with one of their clear protein drinks. Tastes pretty good, and it's sweetened with monk fruit. So check it out if you'd like. I know that Premier has a clear protein drink, but I can't, off the top of my head, I just can't remember what it's sweetened with. But I kind of preferred the Bariatric Advantage one a little bit better. It just came out, I think, earlier this year. So check it out. So I leave you guys with this. When you're looking at your overall diet plan, I really want you to be cognizant and aware of the liquids that you're taking in on a daily basis. Number one, you really need to watch out for alcohol and refrain from alcohol. Alcohol has a lot of calories, number one. But number two, it certainly is going to depress your activity and energy levels. So watch out for that. And then thirdly, watch out for artificial sweeteners that can... Hi there.
Hello, how are you doing?
Watch out for some of those artificial sweeteners that may actually cause you to have increased sugar cravings, even though they're not adding in any added calories. Remember, I want you to chew your calories, not drink them. So I hope that these little tidbits have helped you guys. If you found it useful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this with your friends. Have a good evening.